What's going on? It's your man Diamond K, Radio on fire-tv.com. A lot of things to unpack here. And of course, we're going to talk about Trump and his parole officer. He did an interview with his parole officer, not something that you hear every day from a former president. Also, Hunter Biden found guilty on all of his charges, and they have reopened the federal channel, and I guess 11 weeks after the bridge fell down. So we're going to talk about that and so much more. Of course, on all social media, I am at the Diamond K Show. So Donald Trump, who I guess everybody knows by now, is a convicted felon. And part of this process is what they call the pre-sentencing interview. And this is done with the parole officer. So all of you folks that have been on parole, this is part of that process. So the former president attended a pre-sentence hearing. Now, this is with his New York probation officer. This is a standard procedure. Of course, they're going to say, oh, my God, Trump is being treated so unfair. This is the process. He's actually getting special treatment, if that is any surprise. He's getting special treatment. His attorney was present. Normally, attorneys are not present for this parole interview. But as I said, it is a standard procedure for defendants who have been found guilty in a criminal case. Now, prior to being sentenced by the judge, they go through a series of questions. And Trump completed that. So another specialty for, well, I guess since COVID time, these things have been happening in a lot of instances virtually. So he was at Mar-a-Lago, his home in Florida. And the probation officer was in New York. So they had this interview, and it lasted about 30 minutes. So they had this 30-minute Zoom call, basically. The former president, accompanied by his attorney, Todd Blanche. And Todd Blanche was the lead lawyer in his New York criminal trial, which resulted in a guilty verdict on all 34 felony counts. So if you guys sit next to somebody, is that the person you want with you? Anyway, 34 counts, as you know, guilty that Trump was. And that is in the falsification of business records. So that's what he's found guilty of, and he will be sentenced next month. So the interview's findings, purpose of this interview, the interview's findings will be submitted to Judge Juan Machon. And this is going to aid him, the judge, in helping to decide what the punishment is for the former president. So he's going to hand down that, and we're going to get all of that information on the presumptive Republican presidential nominee on July 11th. Now, Donald Trump has been glitching. He's been buffering while he's giving speeches. Now, this is no surprise. This is not new news, but it is getting worse. I don't know if you saw some of these videos of him in Arizona. He's talking crazy. He's foaming from the mouth like a rabid dog. But yes, pre-sentencing interview, as I said, conducted by a female probation officer. Maybe I didn't say that. A female probation officer. I know Trump was really, really uncomfortable with that. But it was over a secure video network connection. So this was encrypted. So this wasn't just some Zoom call that you could just, jump on. You didn't have a code. Now, usually these interviews are not held in the presence of attorney, but Machon agreed to allow Todd Blanche to be present, and the prosecution did not object. I mean, they already bested this attorney, so they ain't worried about this attorney being there. And Trump is one of the most famous defendants and criminals in history. So the purpose of this pre-sentencing interview was to gather information about the defendant's prior criminal history, and his criminal history prior is extensive. But of course, he lied about that. And so he talked about other things, not just that, but talked about things like health information, stuff that Juan Merchan could consider before handing down the punishment. So the person is just had some ailments or some obligations or the such. This would be the time to reveal these things, and maybe it would help with regards to sentencing. Well, we're talking about the former president who had violated the gag laws, the gag order 10 times. This is going to come into play. I mean, it seems like it would, because the judge didn't do anything about it at the time. Now, the judge will have discretion when it comes to deciding Trump's punishment. Each guilty count carries a maximum sentence of 4 years. But if Merchan opts for jail time, each guilty count would likely be served concurrently. So most experts believe that Trump is going to avoid jail time more than likely. And the judge is going to sentence him to fines and probation. So don't let this be a lesson to you. Don't think that you can go out and get found guilty of 34 counts and you're just going to get fines and probation, even if it's your first time. This is special for Trump, who he claims that there are two tiers of justice. There is one for rich people and the other for the rest of us. But Trump is, I don't know. For me, it seems like he's falling apart before our eyes. Who knows what condition he's going to be in the fall. Now, Trump's old, right? And if Trump wins or Biden wins, they're going to be the oldest presidents ever. That's already there. Now, Biden is old, but he doesn't seem like he's falling apart and just he doesn't seem like he's glitching. Now, he stutters. What is the difference between the stutter and the glitching? Glitching. Like the old TV, you got to bang on the back of the TV. Remember those? Yeah, I don't know. But we're going to continue to follow this. And I'm definitely anxious to see what the sentencing structure and all of that is. Let me know your thoughts, of course, in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show. Do this, take a quick break. And then we're going to come back. And, of course, we're going to talk about the weaponized justice system. Okay, if the justice system was being weaponized by Joe Biden, I'm sure that he would not have allowed them to find his son guilty of three charges in federal court. Trump was in state court. Biden's in federal court. We'll be back here 10 seconds.
Who's running this club? The Diamond K, Diamond K, Diamond. Who's running this club? The Diamond K, Diamond K, Diamond, Diamond K, Diamond K, Diamond, Diamond K, Diamond K, Diamond K. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Make it hot.
All right, we're back. You made Diamond K in here, of course, the Diamond K Show on fire, TV, radio on fire. So Hunter Biden has been found guilty on all counts in his gun case. Now, you talk about charges that are not normally brought. This is one of those. All right. But today, a federal jury found Hunter Biden guilty on all 3 felony gun charges that he faced. Felony gun charges. So this concluded that he violated laws meant to prevent drug addicts from owning firearms. Now here's what's so hypocritical. Republicans are the ones that's like, oh my God, you can't take away our guns. And we don't want any laws on the guns. But they're excited for Hunter Biden to be prosecuted for lying on his application for his gun application. Now, after mass shootings, Republicans don't want to talk about the paperwork that happened on a gun application. But all of a sudden for Hunter Biden, this is the big thing, guys. Hunter Biden, during the time when he was addicted to drugs, filled out an application for a gun, and he said on the application he was not on drugs. That's what he did. All right. So the law is the law, whatever, all that. He's found guilty. Republicans, now what you got to say? Now what are you saying? Trump, Trump's the Trump trial, that was BS. But the Biden conviction, oh yes, perfect, everything's fine. Same justice system. Come on now. But this conviction marks the first time a president's immediate family member has been found guilty of a crime during their father's term in office. Though the crimes predate Joe Biden's tenure as president. So we're talking about something that happened before he was president. But Biden has said that he's not going to pardon his son. Okay. And when we talk about pardoning of family members by presidents, hasn't happened often. Just two other times, Bill Clinton pardoned a family member, and Abraham Lincoln pardoned a family member of his wife after the Civil War. That's it. So I'm sure that Joe Biden, while he may want to, he's not going to join that very elusive club and pardon his son. He says he's not going to do that. He said that he's just going to let things take their course. And I respect that. Now, it's difficult. It's difficult. In a statement, Hunter Biden said that he was disappointed by the guilty verdict, but grateful for his family's love. See the difference between him and Trump? And then here's the thing. He may go to jail. But Hunter Biden may actually go to jail. But I want Republicans to see the difference, how you're supposed to act versus how Donald Trump acts. And it is not even close. It is not even close. So you have a guilty verdict for the president's son. And Republicans feel, oh yes, justice served. This is why we love America. Trump found guilty. Oh my God, we're gonna turn the Capitol upside down. I mean, it's funny. I see folks on YouTube, these Trump supporters on YouTube, and they crack me up. They're so funny. It's really sad. I'm surprised some of these Trump supporters are able and allowed to walk around free in society, like without a guide or something. Like, yeah, they're that slow. They're that slow. Trump said at one of his gatherings, one of his outdoor gatherings in Arizona in 110-degree heat, middle of the day. He's so smart. Who's dumber, Trump or the people standing outside watching him? Regardless, Trump told the people, I don't care about y'all. I just want your vote. He said it to him. And if it's, I don't know, it's out there. It's out there. President Biden, as I said, expressed support for his son via a statement and said that he would respect the judicial process. Oh, this is something that Trump never says, respecting the judicial process. Who is this president that we have here that's respecting the judicial process? What's wrong with him? Hunter Biden could face up to 25 years in prison and a fine of $750K. I think Hunter Biden's going to jail, personally. And I think that Republicans are going to still say, oh my God, the system is so unfair to Donald Trump. And Trump ain't even going to go to jail. Trump's not even going to go on trial for the other 3 cases. I just think that they're not going to happen. I just think they're not going to happen. He's just going to get out of them. And so I don't think Hunter Biden's going to jail for 25 years, but I do think he's going to spend some time in jail. And he's probably going to receive far less than the maximum as a first-time offender. But I think that he's going to probably get sentenced to some jail time. The judge said that the sentencing is usually set for 120 days following the verdict. which means that it will happen likely before Election Day. So you have that to look forward to, Republicans. You're going to have Hunter Biden getting sentenced right before. And if it was Trump getting sentenced right before, oh my God, Lindsey Graham would be out there crying and whining, and Tim Scott would be out there shucking and jiving, and all of them be wearing red ties, looking like bozos. And I like red, but these Republican clones look like bozos. Let me know your thoughts, of course, in the comment section, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok at The Diamond K Show. So 11 weeks ago, there was a tragedy here in Baltimore, and there was a bridge collapse, and workers have been hard at work trying to get the channels open. It has affected a lot of things in Baltimore. We're going to talk about that right after this.
Who's running this club? Diamond K, Diamond K, Diamond. Who's running this club? Diamond K, Diamond K, Diamond, Diamond K, Diamond K, Diamond, Diamond K, Diamond K, Diamond K. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Make it hot.
Welcome back. Your man Diamond K in here. Of course, the Diamond K Show on fire-tv.com is the website. So the reopening of this federal channel, it has brought some relief to port workers, but there are obviously challenges that still persist. As I said, it's been 11 weeks now. Many workers at the Port of Baltimore say that they have not worked at all since the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge, but they are now excited amid the opening of the main channel. So it's been 11 weeks since this bridge collapsed into the Patapsco River. The 700-foot wide, 50-foot deep Fort McHenry Federal Channel has reopened to regular ship traffic. So it has reopened. Now, I understand that it is very important for commerce and all that kind of stuff to get this thing going, but after 11 weeks, they got this thing done. Now, there are so many other things throughout the city that they could work on, and it would be so nice if they could do it as fast as they did this, right? But if it's money on the line, they're going to get something done. But that's the only thing that seems to motivate folks. 11 weeks. Now, for port employees, it means a return to work. I am glad that it is reopening. I know folks are glad to be back to work. I know that they're thrilled to start making money to pay bills and all that good stuff. But 11 weeks later, crews are still removing steel from the bottom of the Patapsco River. The shipping channel is back open, but all of the salvage work won't be done until probably the end of July. They're still going to be pulling out metal and all of that. Even after a temporary alternative channel was opened to 400 feet last month, the workers said that the ships transitioning to and from Baltimore were few and far between because they needed the whole thing opened up. It was a tough job, I am sure. The financial impact on the workers has also been tough. So, like I said, they got it done quickly, as fast as they could do, and it is still a struggle. So, they got it done, and hopefully in the next few weeks, the arriving and departing cargo work will pick up significantly. Right now, they have been detoured other places. So we're gonna see how this goes. Definitely have to commend all the folks involved. Governor Wes Moore is going to hold a news conference tomorrow, along with the Maryland Port Administration and the Maryland Department of Transportation, and they're going to talk about what comes next. So I'm excited to see that, and it's one of those things, and I think that it is something that has really raised the profile of our governor, Wes Moore. And folks have been able to see how he responds during crisis, during those difficult moments. These are the signs of a leader. What you do when, not when things are good, but when things get tough. That's really the measure of a person. That's the measure of the person. And I have to say, I'm gonna be honest. On the campaign trail, Wes Moore, I thought that he was a good candidate, but he has really, really risen to the occasion and grown into a great governor. And I'm glad that he is our governor. And I'm definitely glad he's our governor. So he's been doing a good job so far. I haven't seen anything wrong. And but definitely let me know your thoughts, of course, in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok at The Diamond K Show. Of course, onfire-tv.com and djdiamondk at gmail.com. You need to get in touch with me. I'll be back here tomorrow, 6 p.m. For the show. I've been on vacation, so that's where I've been. All right. But I'll be back here tomorrow, as I said, and djdiamondk, gmail.com, at The Diamond K Show on all social media. See you guys tomorrow.
Who's running this club? The Diamond K, Diamond K, Diamond. Who's running this club? The Diamond K, Diamond K, Diamond, Diamond K, Diamond K, Diamond, Diamond K, Diamond K, Diamond.